going to be the packet that you have right here. Okay, and in it you will have a book that you really need to sit down and take a look at and get a layout for it. The beginning gives you some good overviews of what some of those formal rules are and etc. And then as you get into here, you'll read about the company overview, which is ORC. It's on page 15. Okay, it tells you a little bit about the company that you're working for and what your role is. And then on page 16, it'll give you an overview of jobs 1 through 4. Now, let me tell you, when you get done with job 1, unless it says at the end of the job to remove everything, do not remove it. These jobs just continue to build on each other. Okay, so you will need to read through here and get your filing box set up. Again, I would really strongly encourage you to use a coupon holder like this instead of the cardboard box, just because I've dropped it. It tells you on page 17 that you need the file box. You need the guides for AR, ST, and U, and those items are going to be found in these supply envelopes. What you're making is a mini replica of what you would have in a filing system at work. Okay, so these are going to be some of your guides here, and you're going to be reusing them. So here's an A. You're going to pull that out and use that. Everything that they suggested in the instructions here are what you'll need. After that, they are going to tell you that you need to take one of the pads, and you're going to take forms pad number 1. Okay, and you're going to use 1 through 18. They're numbered here. Do not throw these because on the back of them, you turn them over and you'll use them for future assignments. Number 1 is Richard Anderson. You're going to use your pencil to figure out what the key unit is, write on this, and then you'll start to file these in your box after the appropriate letters. Now, the other thing that it'll tell you is you need 7 blank cross-references. Cross-references are used whenever there's confusion. So there aren't too many Amy Posniaks out in the world, but there are probably a lot of Amy Olsons. So we would need to cross-reference that if there could be confusion with a married name, there was multiple ones. If we didn't know if the first name was the last name, like Morgan Cooper. Which name is first? Which name is last? A foreign name, Van Fu. I don't always know which name is first, which name is last. Sometimes we have hyphenated names. We need to deal with those. So we always cross-reference when there's confusion. And the book does a really good job of showcasing you how to use those cross-references. In job 1, you're going to use 7 blank cross-references. Those are going to be in your forms pad number 2. So it's going to look like this. And again, I would tell you to use pencil. Okay, so that's kind of how you lay out that job. Then you'll start to read this, and again, you want to look at your file setup, your filing procedures, okay, and really read through this. You're going to separate these into 2 groups, 1 through 9, 10 through 18, and you can see how they're having you code these out. There's going to be more instructions in here, like in 4, 5, and 6, okay? Now, you can see that they have some check marks here for you in step 8 of what this is actually going to look like out in your filing box. Okay, and that's kind of where you can kind of check in to make sure that you're doing this right. Now, this is how you're going to fill out that report sheet, very similar to that. You're not going to fill out the report sheet at step 8 because you'll have more filing to do. But at the end here in steps 12 and 13, that's where they're going to talk to you about that. Again, that report sheet is the one that I showed you. And I want to help you a little bit just so you're feeling more comfortable with that. Now, to give you a little heads up, after the, oops, daisy, I just lost my place. Sorry about that. On report sheet 1, again, after the A's, there'll be 7 letters, or 7 records, excuse me, not letters, 7 records. So after A, you should have a number 17. That's going to be the first one. In R, you're going to have another 7 records. The first one is going to be 11X. After S, you'll have 4 records. The first one will be 5. Under T, 3 records. The first record will be 3. Under T, there'll be 4 records, and the first one is 13. When you come into MindTap, you are going to use what they have here so you can check your answers right away. Okay, and it'll be very similar to how you did that other assignment for us when you did the self-reviews. So you're going to come in here, okay? You're going to type in what you're seeing here. Okay, so I'm going to do the T for you. I have 13. I have 15, 4, and I have 12. I can check my work. Okay, the goal of this is to get them right, and you can check this multiple times. Now, if there's confusion on these and you don't understand why it is the way it is, that's when you need to email me, throw up a question, and we'll get that situated for you. I hope this helps. This is going to be the trickiest part, all right? Once you get done with this report sheet, now again, do not get your records out of order. Make sure that you on your report sheet that you've handwritten, that you keep that, because then what you're going to do is to come back into Blackboard, okay, and you're going to take this finding test. The finding test is going to be a matching where it's asking you questions about certain records, and you're going to have to find those, file cards to answer the questions on here. Now, this is a lot to take in. If you'd like to do a collaborate session, I'm happy to do that. If you'd like to do a conference call, happy to do that. Just need you to check in with me. So here's to Chapter 3. This is the real start to information management. I hope you have a great week, and please, please check in if you have any questions. Thanks.